Alright, so Max, I'm just gonna read it out for you and then we'll see how long it takes. Alright, perfect. Starting at 10. This year, my brother entered a private school. He told our family that when he was at a dance and he heard the bleeps in the radio, the whole time he was wondering what the words were. Has this ever happened to you while listening to R&B, rap songs, or even rock songs with the words bleeped out? We're against censorship of music because it is baloney. First, we will talk about how not only does censorship enclose you from the real world, but how it doesn't allow artists to express their feelings. Then, Gabe's going to talk about how bleeping lyrics out gets you thinking more about the word than if you just heard it. A lot of people might say that censorship of music is good because their kids don't get exposed to bad language and bad content in songs. However, do you really think censorship of music should be able to happen? The artists use that language to more deeply express the way they are feeling. How would you feel if you wrote a letter to someone and when the mailman picked it up, you changed it? It's basically insulting the artist. From the article, should you censor the music your teenager listens to on Chicago Now, a respected institution trying to help make better parents? It states that there are 5 reasons why there's no point in censoring music. 1. The songs are everywhere. 2. Music is a form of self-expression. 3. Kids aren't necessarily going to do what they hear in songs. 4. They hear worse at school. And 5. Parents and friends still have a bigger influence on them than music. This is why there's no point in censoring music, because in the end, all kids face reality. Is reality censored? No. So why get them thinking it is? The songs are everywhere, be it the mall or the radio, but they are. Then you send them to school, and the bad songs aren't even half as bad as what you hear. It's literally not worth it to censor music. The next point we'd like to make is about the bleeping you hear on the radio. Bleeping a word out gets you thinking more about the word than if you just heard it. You hear a bleep on the radio, you think about what the guy said, maybe what the bleep sounded like, then boom, you know exactly what the word was. And the whole time you've been doing exactly what they're trying to protect you from. Matt Samet, a local man that writes about public issues, wrote an article about music censorship and said that censorship of music takes various forms, the most common being the radio edit. The songs you hear on the radio are usually different from album versions, but most importantly, they sanitize them for public consumption. This can be especially annoying with songs containing multiple expletives like many rap songs, which end up butchered. It is also frustrating when tame lyrics that somehow get soccer moms up in a bunch can be edited and unrightfully tarnish an otherwise great song. Matt also said that often censorship actually brings even more attention to the inappropriate word. In a way, the silence or bleeping becomes more noticeable than the vulgarity of the word itself. This guy is spot on. Bleeping words out doesn't help, it does the opposite. So, to conclude, the censorship of music protects you from the real world where you have to deal with these types of things. It ruins songs that artists put time and effort into, and they don't even do a good job of protecting you anyway because they get you thinking about those bad things. They're protecting you in a bubble that won't be there when you're older, when you have to deal with this stuff. So now, every time you hear a bleep on the radio, think about how not only is the song being ruined, but how it's not really working, is it? And here's our visual. 3 columns, first one, people that want censorship, then people that don't, then people that don't really care. This survey is by Chicago Now, just so you know. And as you can see, the people that don't is a lot bigger than all the other columns. Cool fact there. There are over 100 countries that don't censor their music. Quote by Bob Marley, "Free speech carries with it some freedom to listen," and a quote by Aaron Copland, "To stop the flow of music would be like stopping of time itself. Incredible and inconvincible." Alright guys, thanks for listening. We appreciate it.